So kind of make a mental note of how quickly the smoke alarm went off, and look at the atmosphere inside this room when you hear the smoke alarm. It should still be good enough that you could get up and get out on your own. That's the whole point. And then watch it progress. When we get to the other side, you're going to see the same thing. The smoke alarm's going to go off. But then, hopefully, if this all goes well, the fire sprinkler's going to go off. And it's going to put the fire out. So what we want you to think about, people don't think about fire sprinklers in terms of their homes. They think about fire sprinklers in commercial buildings. And most of what you do every day, if you look up, you're going to see fire sprinklers, and we don't even think, they're just there. And nobody thinks about putting them in their homes, or very few people do. So this is a residential fire sprinkler system. It's made, that head in there, see the silver head in the center of that room, is made to go in a home. And what it's made to do is it's made to keep it safe enough for you to get out. The time when the smoke alarm goes off, when you can still get up and get out, what that sprinkler head is intended to do is to keep it at that level. It's to keep what we call flashover. And when you see flashover on this side, that means that whole room's going to be involved. And that sprinkler head is intended to keep flashover from happening so you and your family can get out safely. And yes, I do have fire sprinklers in my house. Somebody always asks. So, you're going to see there's plexiglass on the front. Plexiglass is just there to help keep the heat in because most rooms don't have a wide open face to the outside. They'll be four-sided. So the plexiglass will melt down eventually and be a blob on the ground. But any questions before we get started? Okay, we'll give you an opportunity when we're all said and done to kind of go up and look. And what I hope you will see is the amount of destruction in this side and the lack of amount of destruction on this side. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of water damage, but it's not even going to be close, and you'll get to see that firsthand, and you'll get to feel it firsthand. So if this goes well, it's really hard to practice this sort of thing, so we haven't done this one before, so let's hope it goes. So any questions for anybody? From anybody? Okay. With our help from our friends from Salem Fire, going to help us out with some suppression.
You ready for me to light
today?
this? Ask the camera. You ready?
Yeah.
As soon as you're ready.
All right.
You're going to hit the timer?
I'll hit the timer.
I don't think it's going to... I can't get it on there, so... Okay, I don't have my...
How quick? See the time?
5 seconds.
How quick you heard that smoke alarm? Now look in there. You can easily get up, get out of bed, get out of your house. Smoke alarm does its job. That's what it's supposed to do. Notice what's happening in less than a minute. Look what's happening inside of there, up high in the atmosphere. It's starting to get dark. It's the smoke that kills, not the fire, folks. By the time the fire gets to you, you're long gone if you're still in there. Fire so fast today is all the synthetic materials that we have. If you look what's burning in there, the blanket, the cushions on the seats, you know, the furniture that our grandparents had, wood furniture, cotton materials, didn't burn nearly as fast as today's stuff does. We're less than 2 minutes in and you see what's happening with all the materials.
This room would not be survivable because this wall would be here.
Right now, at 2 minutes in, this room would probably not be survivable if you were in there. See, what's happening is all that toxic hot gas is building up at the ceiling, and eventually when enough heat gets built up, it's going to ignite immediately, and that room's going to go into flashover. And usually it takes around 3 minutes, so it's doing what it's supposed to do because we're approaching 3 minutes. I'd love to say I planned that, but I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No. Maybe, and the only reason you'd be able to is because, see this air here, we did have 4 walls, we wouldn't have that. So that smoke would be at the ground. You wouldn't have that little airspace. You only have it because we have an open space on it. Your smoke detector's dead.
It's a good example of why we say crawl low. I just saw the smoke detector drip.
Question. How hot right now?
2,000 degrees at the ceiling, up to 2,000 degrees at the ceiling. So that's flashover. That's what happens when the whole room gets going and now everything's ignited. Firefighters and turnouts do not survive flashover.
Okay, we probably should put it out.
Okay, go ahead and hit it, guys.
I wasn't expecting that.
All right, now we're going to transition over to the sprinkler side, the protected side. So again, if everything goes well, what you should start to see is the exact same progression of the fire. Small fire starts to grow, same timing. I'm going to move that timer. But the difference is that sprinkler head up there will control the fire. What you might see is you might see a little bit of flame even after the sprinkler head's going. There might be just a little bit of flame and the guys might have to go in and mop it up and stuff. These sprinklers are not necessarily intended to actually douse the fire and put it out, although most of the time they do. Remember, they're intended to keep it safe so you can get out. That's what they're for. So it may be that there's a little bit of flame left when it's all said and done. It may be that it's completely out. We'll see how it goes. But so you guys are good to go. We're good to go. You'll see the same progression with the smoke alarm. You'll hear it really soon. You still need smoke alarms if you have fire sprinklers in your home because they get you out early. They still want to get you out. So you'll hear the smoke alarm first, and then at some point after that, the temperature in this room, free burn, 1,500 to 2,000 degrees at the ceiling, we can easily reach. That sprinkler head is 155 degrees, just to give you an idea. That's all the hotter it has to get. And in this case, there's only one sprinkler head in there, but if you have sprinklers in your home, they're heat activated. Only the one closest to the fire actually goes off.
At least we know he's not an arsonist.
You're right about that. I'm melting something.
Salem fire
I smell
is
it.
so good at putting fires out that they have a hard time starting them.
I see smoke.
Dude.
From Memphis. Transplant.
Yeah.
Get this Boy Scout program there. That's awesome.
It's going.
Got good fireman.
Can't see it in there, but it's okay.
Again, you're seeing the same progression. It's going nice and slow. Still an environment that you can get out of. Notice the smoke is nice and white, but it's burning, just burning the paper. It's not really burning anything synthetic yet. On that side that was really hitting the conditions, it's been black and acrid, all those toxins.
Chair.
It'll go.
The wind too is sucking in there.
It doesn't help having that much ventilation. Normally you're not going to have that much fire.
Still got fire.
Go ahead, hit that. You can go ahead and finish mopping up.
Okay.
Notice there wasn't enough heat to even kill the smoke. Still going, still doing the job. I shut the water off and the sprinkler head normally would stay going and it probably would have finished that